Today in Latin grammar we're going to talk about purpose and result clauses and indirect commands. And the reason these three subordinate uses of the subjunctive are clumped together is because they all start with ut or ne, depending on if they're positive, ut, or negative, ne. So, the purpose clause is arguably the most difficult of the three to find out because it really doesn't have anything that signals a purpose clause other than how it's translated. But it starts with ut if it's positive or ne if it's negative. And either way, that ut or ne is translated as in order to, so that, or to. And if you see ne, that is going to make the subjunctive verb negative. And again, the clause is designed to show purpose, clearly. It is a purpose clause. And so you can see the examples on the bottom, but we'll go through one together. So we have vir ad forum festinavit ut statuum emissit. The man has hastened to the forum in order to buy a statue. So your subordinate subjunctive clause runs from that ut or ne to your subjunctive verb, here a pluperfect subjunctive, emissit. The next is a result clause. Again, it starts with an ut if it's positive or a ne if it's negative. Either way, it's translated as that usually. And if it's a ne, it makes the verb, the subjunctive verb, negative. And there is some really easy, concrete way to tell a result clause is coming, because most of the time you're going to see this trigger word. And some of those trigger words that you'll see are tantus, adeo, tot, tam, sic, and ita. There are other ways to trigger result clauses, but this is 95% of the time what you'll see. And again, for an example, femina tam pulchra est ut omnes homines eam ament. The woman is so beautiful that all the men love her. Note that your subordinate subjunctive clause starts with that ut and ends with the subjunctive verb, here a present subjunctive, ament. And you can look through the rest of the examples yourself. And finally, we have the indirect command, which again starts with ut in the positive and ne in the negative. It's usually translated as to, whatever the verb is, because it's a command. And again, ne is translated the same way, but it makes the subordinate subjunctive verb negative. And here, you will have a trigger word in your indicative verb, your main verb, because it will be a verb that conveys conversation, a head verb, if you will, something that has to do with thinking, speaking, talking. So if we see the first example here, haruspex senem monuit ut quiesceret. So the soothsayer warned the old man to rest. You could also translate it that he should rest, but either way is fine. You'll note again that the subordinate subjunctive clause starts at that ut or ne and ends with your subordinate verb. Here it's very short. We have quiesceret, which is an imperfect subjunctive. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to write.